We rolling? Is we rolling?
Bitch, I might be.
What?
We rolling?
We rolling.
Nigga.
Let's roll.
Y'all know the song? What's up, y'all? Game 4.
Special guest today.
Yeah.
I'm not the special guest.
Well, you're not even in the frame.
I'm not. Alright.
You went.
This
You
show
gotta
ain't much.
come this way.
This show ain't much without me in the frame, so let me help the people out.
This
There we
way.
go. I'm
I
good,
said you're not in the frame.
Sure.
You went more that way.
That nigga be taking him out on the edits. I'm like, where is this nigga at? I gotta find a picture of this nigga's in it.
I'm helicopterophobic, dog. I can't.
That's what it is?
Yeah, it'd be. I need it. I think it's because I'm big as shit. It's hard for me.
What?
I be feeling like I need
He
it.
big too.
I know that's my struggle as a big person. Everybody got different struggles. Respect my struggle.
Everybody's big struggle is different.
Everybody's big struggle is different. Everybody has
claustrophobic?
different stories.
That's what it
Super.
is?
Super.
Okay, because you don't like people too close to you because you're claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Don't let them keep questioning. I'm trying to play you.
Because weight loss will help with that. Because then you they don't want solutions. It's Trev, Lance Woods, Brixx, special guest. Tell them who you is.
Main event. You already know, boy, what's happening in.
They actually didn't know. That's why we said tell them who you is. Tell them one more time. All represented, you already know. I don't have a clue. That's why I'm asking. That's exactly why I'm asking. You already know what time it is. I ain't even wearing a watch, fam. I don't even know.
That's kind of funny.
You must tell jokes.
But yeah, we in here, man. Mainey, tell them something, man.
Yo, what's poppin', man? Yo, I got a mixtape out right now. It's called Trapped in the 90s.
Stupid,
man.
dope.
Stupid. I was just about to say that shit. That
We
shit
gotta use
crazy.
90s slang for this shit.
Yes, stupid dope.
Shit was.
I got the bomb record on that.
You already know.
That shit is fat.
What time it is?
You can say it's fat.
That shit is slamming.
That shit is slamming.
Slamming is hard. They should bring back slamming.
Well, Monty Jones don't stop using it.
Oh, okay. It's some shit
Driving
slamming.
around at 6:30 in the
If a
morning,
nigga tell me some
slamming.
shit slamming, I'm gonna listen.
You got to.
It's slamming?
People still say food is slamming. No, I swear, my sister be like, I'm telling you. My sister be all the time.
I thought I knew every food slang there was.
Shit is the bomb out
Now
here.
they say, man, it's slamming. And then, you know people who love food, y'all do this? I'm not saying
Why
because
you
y'all
pointing
big,
at me?
because y'all like food a lot. Not even because y'all big, I'm saying because y'all like foodie type. Oh, no, you know this foodie. He ate rabbit soup yesterday. So, like,
Gumbo.
okay, yeah, we can go with that. So,
Rabbit soup. Gumbo sounds so much better than rabbit soup.
Rabbit soup sounds crazy.
rabbit soup with gumbo broth. So,
Gumbo.
nah, look. You know how people, you notice people who love food, whenever they say they ate, it's always violent. Like, I just bang that rabbit soup.
Yeah.
You talk like that?
No.
That's not you?
Nah.
What about you?
I'm more sophisticated with that shit.
Yeah, dude. This nigga drink tea with his pinky up and shit.
Yeah, facts.
This nigga's-
You don't drink tea. You drink tea?
Not really.
I'm a big tea guy. Pause. I'm a great tea. I'm a
You
big
said you're a
tea
big T guy. I mean,
That would've been weird.
big T guy just
I'm
means
big-
you
I love
big
tea.
and you wear big t-shirts. I'm a tall T guy. It's a tall T.
I didn't even wear tall tees back when tall tees was popping.
You didn't?
Nah, Lance used to have the sticker, the whole shit.
Yeah, I had
The
it.
orange sticker?
Tall
It was
T's
red.
Trash.
It was
Oh,
red
red
and said
sticker?
4 for 20.
Yeah.
Or tall
It
T.
was 420 at Champs.
4 for 20.
Oh, yeah, I never did
tall
tees.
tees,
You
baby.
did the tall tees?
I
Hell
was
yeah.
a tall tea.
Yeah, he did do the tall tee. And Lance, I definitely did.
Yeah.
That's a
I definitely
fact.
wore tall tees.
Yeah.
With some New Balances.
For sure, that was my uniform. That was my uniform right there.
Yeah. You know your tall. You know your shirt too long. When people say, "What kind of shoes you wearing under that?"
What's under him?
Like an old ass Halloween costumes when niggas just be a ghost. What are you, little boy? A rapper, motherfucker.
I'm poor.
I'm an MC.
See anybody else in here with a t-shirt and a pillowcase? I am poor.
That was a good one. I'm glad that died afterward. That lasted. That was hot for like crazy for
I'm
summer.
glad what died.
Tall tees. That
I
was
thought you
trash.
meant poor people.
You know what's funny? A lot of like fashion, like in the mid
That's
2000s,
ATL
shit
shit.
was trash as fuck.
Because it was a lot of it. That was like Atlanta, southern
Yeah, that was
based dressing.
in my white t-shirt. That was
Yeah.
finger snapping.
It switched when Jimmy and Joel said we ain't doing this shit.
Tried to tell
Yeah,
niggas,
that shit
man.
was hard.
When they went small, everybody went small. Fuck it.
There was a lot of weird shit back
They
there.
probably don't get their props, but
Like the Heat,
I
like
give
they
my
went
Heat
small.
Shout out to Yoself.
They
Small
started playing
ball?
Small ball.
Start playing small ball.
Yeah.
All right,
What'd
man.
y'all think of the Grammys yesterday?
Man, the Grammys, dog, this is what I gotta say. First and foremost, I ain't watched that shit.
You ain't watched none of it?
Not a piece.
You ain't recorded? Yeah, you watched. I know you watched some of it.
I ain't watched awards since G Unit stopped being on awards. Like, I felt like anything could happen when the niggas was there. Now,
Yeah. You know what's crazy about the Grammys is like they're starting to like they're talking about like, and it was this Grammys was a lot more black culture, R&B and rap. And it's like, you kind of giving props for some shit that should have been happened, so it feels kind of stupid. You're like, oh, they got blacks on, they got rappers on there, they got SZA on there, whatever. And hip hop, R&B's been like the most popular shit. And how many, like, you know what I'm saying? Now
It
it's
took
just
them a long time to even have rap categories in the first place.
right. And then for a while when they did have them, they wasn't like broadcasting them, right? It wouldn't even come on the, you know, it'd be like some earlier shit.
Yeah, I'm not that forgiving. Like I think we be having like short term memories,
Right.
and it's like I'm not about to let the Grammys like validate what happened in hip hop. Y'all don't even know what's going on. Y'all don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, congratulations to whoever won. You know, like awards be like validations to get more money.
Absolutely.
That's what artists use it for.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like now you gotta call me Grammy winner,
Yeah.
and the money is more.
And it's interesting. It's that fine line though, because you like a part of you is like, as a culture, you want to be accepted. Like you guys need to accept our music because you've taken all of our shit. And another part is like, well, just do it on your own shit. I think it's a tough battle because you do want to be acknowledged because the masses are taking your shit.
Right.
So you like, I want to be acknowledged by the masses too.
And it's always about being on the biggest platform. The Grammy stage is the biggest stage,
By far.
So you want that look. I mean, I feel like this. You know, there was a lot of backlash about Bruno winning Album of the Year and Jay-Z not winning and SZA not winning. And first off, with Bruno, I'm not mad. Bruno,
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut. People was mad because Bruno Mars won album of the year.
People want everything.
Yeah.
Which is
the people.
yeah.
Right. Because Bruno won like 5 or 6 awards last night, and
That's all. He was robbed.
Kendrick won 5, and Jay. The main thing was Jay got shut out.
Yeah,
And
Jay got
SZA
over 8.
and so did SZA.
he was nominated for 8 and didn't win shit.
Yeah. Which is great because Jay got 21 Grammys or some shit like that.
I think it's his hair.
But
Definitely could have
That nigga's hair.
They ain't got lined up with a can opener.
Bruno's album was crazy, so I can't be mad at it. 'Cause I really enjoyed Bruno's
If there was
album.
ever
That shit
an artist run who's like, yeah, you might run through these whole Grammys, it was a year like Bruno had.
Yeah.
So it made sense, but it's also like, God, like if he gonna get album of the year, like give somebody else song of the year. But then when you saw the nominations, you were like, if you just keep it 100, he has the song of the year. That was the album of the. So it was interesting because you just kept it 100. Every one of those he won, you like, yeah, he should have won. So if he didn't win, it's almost like niggas getting thrown a bone, really.
That voice that you hear, that's probably out of frame. It's Trev talking.
Oh, am I out of frame? How could you even tell?
I'm just noticing that you get closer and closer to that side. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Was he out of frame? Oh,
Good looking Jay.
Like I get people being upset about that one Jay to win, but we have to put onus back on ourselves. We gotta start going to our shit again.
Right.
Because we can't go to the Soul Train Awards and then they say Drake's nominated and Kendrick's nominated and Jay's nominated. None of you niggas is there.
Nobody there.
And it's the Shaka Khan Awards every year. Like I'm like that shit is trash. Like back in the day, like back in the '90s, because black excellence is the way right now. Puff and Jay always
Right.
talk black excellence. Everybody who was black and excellent in 1995 was at the in the late 80s, 90s. Would be Eddie Murphy, Whitney, Janet,
whatever.
everybody. Like niggas is in Soul Train, not just there, they performing. Doing like we have to put that back in, like with BT Awards, the Hip Hop Award, NAACP Awards.
Arsenio Hall shows.
Facts.
All that,
Right.
like, let our
And
studio
is
be
that
canceled.
something you guys have thought about as entertainers? Like, when that moment comes, are you going to be like, make a conscious effort to be like, I want to be at these certain events that maybe ain't the, like, literally it's not the dope shit to be on it at the moment. The, like, shit like the, Soul Train Awards and stuff like that. Would there be like a cognizant effort, like, I need to be here? Because all it takes is a Kevin Hart and a Jay-Z to say they're showing up. That's all it takes.
Like Chappelle was at the Grammys last night. Chappelle takes that same energy and with that whole place production type thing he did with Kendrick.
Yeah. He also won a Grammy last night too, right? For a comedy album.
Yeah, he did.
And he presented Kendrick. That's what I heard
I think so.
when he called me and told me. So
When we
but,
Skyped.
yeah, when we FaceTime.
Niggas still Skype?
I don't
Skype
know.
is still around?
You know what I
I don't
seen
know.
the other day? Look,
I've never FaceTimed. I think I FaceTimed
because
3
you don't
times
have
in
an
my life.
iPhone. You're poor. So
You know what? There's certain things I'll argue. That one, I'll concede.
broken peasant with your flip phone, with your sidekick.
Razor.
Look, you know when you FaceTime somebody?
Razors were trash.
You FaceTime somebody and got the button where you just take the picture and then tell them you took a picture?
I never even done that. But
I did. I was just talking to, I was just on FaceTime and then I did it and she was like, oh, you took my picture? I was like, how, what happened? So this makes it even.
Is that the shit so like now, like if a bitch send you some nudes, she'll know if you like screenshot the picture and post a
Only on
screenshot?
Snapchat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Periscope too, I think, on
No.
Twitter.
Where'd
Yeah,
you hear that?
nobody uses Periscope.
No, but I've seen.
He wants to know your sources. Who's your source?
Nobody uses,
So I've
This
heard.
nigga dropping gems. I'm like, I thought you dropped the game.
nobody uses Periscope.
So I've heard.
Nobody uses Periscope but you and Monique.
It was just. Ladies and gentlemen, what's he say?
Hello, my loves.
Oh,
I'm coming to you asking that we boycott Netflix.
Hey, pay Monique,
Racial
man.
and gender bias.
I heard she might have got offered $2 million.
They said 3, but who knows? Monique, look, I
Hey,
don't.
Monique must not be heard for money if she didn't even. She left at 500 racks. That's a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And depending on you, that's a hell of like even if because you could look at it
If I have
comparing.
500,000 right now, I'm getting arrested.
I'm sick.
All you gonna do is get
Arrested.
all you gonna get is 2 lift rides.
Yeah, I'm gonna get arrested. I'm gonna beat the
Right,
shit
like
out that nigga.
500,000, like that's a lot. Like even like I don't know how much Monique is eating like that right now, but that's a lot of money. So for her to just be totally,
Scoff at it.
yeah, like that's dope. I'm glad she's got that kind of money, like for real. Cause I thought she'd be like on the low, like oh, this might be a look. Even if it's not really fair.
I have no idea.
You know, even if it's not fair comparing to other, comics who she feels she's on par with.
I literally have no idea what kind of money Monique has.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
but 500,000 she's alright.
I don't even like to talk.
$500,000.
I don't even like to talk bad about comedians in front of other people. It's just very,
It's like family business.
it's just so weird watching her talk. 'Cause I'm like, what are you talking about?
So what is your I won't even call it a beef. What is your
Yeah, we'll go back to the Grammys,
No, it's fine.
but yeah,
what is your
What is
slight issue with what you?
that's not a slight issue. It's weird because I want to be on your side. Like I'm watching, like she's saying 2 different things.
Well, and what is that?
So
Seriously, 'cause I'm not super tapped into it.
you ain't even seen everything she said.
No, I haven't clicked on no video or nothing. I ain't clicked on none of that. I just
I
know
gotta
that.
get this nigga up to speed. You know Tupac died, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to figure out when this
LeBron's
nigga
back
lost.
to the Cavs.
There was LeBron went back to Cleveland.
I think that.
Kevin Durant on the Warriors.
I'm a Knicks fan.
That's new. That's new.
Okay.
Alright.
Kevin Durant let Greg Oden is out the
That
league.
nigga said trapped the 90. I thought that's still the 90. Trapped in tomorrow.
Nigga Trev like this.
You know what I mean?
Did I do it right? Am I in the box? Always go out, and I was like, this box is fucked up. I'm in the
Octagon.
No,
I'm in that this shit on American Gladiators. Isn't that they used to roll that bitch?
That was
American Gladiators was wrong.
Fire.
They need to bring it. You didn't like American Gladiators?
No, that shit was great, but this is the thing.
They brought that
if you
shit
were
back
watching
a few
American
years ago,
Gladiators as a kid, your Saturday was trash.
That's
That
really-
shit came on like
That's
3.
a fact.
I know.
Nigga had to be, if you wasn't at your favorite cousin's house or something, or
American
hooping, or
Gladiators, they used to come on at like in the middle of the
3.
night.
Nah,
Oh,
no.
well, it might have came on in the middle of the night too. Niggas
I-
was
No, but it
Kiss
came
one in the
on the
middle
first,
of
like when like a new episode came on, it was at like 3
I
o'clock.
had a DVR back in the 90s, man. We saw a lot of jokes about that.
While I hop in the DeLorean.
He would tell you he had a DVR. That's how rappers talk. I hate you niggas.
I'll pull up.
I had a
You already know what time.
DVR in the truck.
I had a DVR in 72.
Nigga recorded getting some gas, my nigga.
No,
So-
I know. She said.
All right.
Go ahead.
So she made a video saying, I'm sorry that y'all gotta watch. I know y'all seen the video already.
No, but I know what happened though.
But the nigga out of frame ain't seen it. So
I know what happened, right? The gist of it, right? She said Netflix offered her 500 racks.
Offered her 500,000, but they offered Chappelle 20.
Yeah.
Or gave Chappelle 20.
And another
Chris
lady,
Rock 20.
and the lady
Amy
13 or
Schumer
something.
13.
Yeah.
And she was like, they told her that we respect you as a legend like them, but we think that's what you're gonna bring in. And she was talking about, what about my resume?
Right.
And then they was like,
See, I
we
got all
don't.
that
They
when
said
I'm
we don't.
cooking.
They said we don't go off her resume. And then they said, then why would you give Amy Schumer this money? And they start reading off her resume, Amy Schumer's resume. So they was like, ain't that a resume? Monique's can't.
Right.
So then Monique gets on Sway in the Morning and tells all of this backstory about everything, and then says
They wanted to her audition, huh? I heard they wanted her to audition.
Audition for a stand-up?
right. They
You
want
do that?
They want to audition. If somebody gonna give you $500,000, it's okay for them to go watch it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get the big deal.
I just know that
No,
happened.
and she said she wouldn't do it, and then they offered 500,000. That's what Netflix says.
Oh, I don't know.
Netflix
That's not what
said
she
she didn't. She wouldn't audition, so we offered her 500.
Oh, that's not what she said. And who
Yeah,
knows?
I know that's the conflict.
Yeah,
See, I know
yeah.
a lot about this shit. I didn't have to watch
Yeah,
that video.
and they're saying they offered her $3 million or something like that. But even in my opinion, if they would have offered her $3 million, she still would have been like no, because she is
She
arguing
should be
that she should get $20 million.
That's insane.
That's what she's saying. So
Yeah, but that's because. But with that being said, that might be because she's just
Only
so
unproven
insulted.
quarterback
She knew she
should
wasn't
get
getting 20 million.
what's that?
She's saying that because now at this point it's over and she's so insulted. So now she's
Listen,
saying
I'm-
her price tag wasn't 20 million though for her in her own mind.
I'm gonna tell you what she said. She said, I cannot accept that low offer because, and I'm being humble, I'm the most decorated comedian alive. That's what she said out of her face.
Oh, boy.
I said, I don't know what decorations. I got you this Christmas tree. She couldn't be talking
You
about.
think she's the most decorated female?
No, Whoopi Goldberg is alive. Ellen DeGeneres is alive. Like,
Facts.
no. Like,
Well,
no.
Ellen. I'm talking about. And mind you, I'm just talking about stand up now.
No, hell.
No.
Well, yeah, because if Whoopi does it special, she's getting the bag. I can see.
And it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even comparable. I agree.
Stand up. What?
If Whoopi just decides she wants to go on stage and do a Netflix special, she's getting the bag.
But
right?
even if we were just talking stand up, like there is.
I've never seen a Whoopi stand up.
Just
She's
scratch all
like
that.
the
There
80s.
is no legendary Monique. Queens of Comedy is a name. I don't.
Right, so I mean that toured nationally though and did well, right?
And it was cool. I'm just
I'm
being
not
honest.
conceding.
I'm just being honest. Like, look,
I mean
man,
that was a big
the-
thing though. I thought.
I mean, well, tell me who else was on it. I mean, if it was big, you know who the Kings of Comedy was.
I know, but we already know that the Queens of Comedy is not going to be the Kings of Comedy as far as commercially and things success
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that.
if it was that big.
Matter of fact, that
Who's on it?
that one lady was on there, right?
that
That's why I didn't want to say it.
That one lady was on it.
The black lady, she's
Yeah, it
popular
was a
too.
black lady,
She's
yeah.
popular too.
It was a popular black lady on it.
Well, you probably.
Yeah, I know her. Yes.
What's her? You know anybody who was on there?
I know everybody.
Okay, give me the name. Give me some names.
Some more.
No, that definitely ain't something. Who the fuck that is?
You don't know who some more is?
No.
It was Monique, some more, Adele Gibbons.
Okay,
You
you
know
go.
that work, bro. How you don't
I
know
don't
her,
know who the
bro?
fuck either one of them.
Michael
If
is.
you seen her, you didn't know her though.
Maybe, yeah,
What you
maybe.
say?
There's a black lady who's really
popular.
popular, and the only reason why she's really popular,
Laura Hayes.
no, she's like light skinned. She's lesbian. She's like
Rhonda Sykes?
Rhonda Sykes.
No, Wanda Sykes.
She wasn't on there?
No.
She's bigger than Monique, right?
In ways, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was
She
on
came
there.
from the Chris Rock camp.
Okay.
But anyway,
Shout out to
so,
the lesbian camp. That was just, I know she came out later. So
you thought Wanda Sykes was on the Queens of Comedy?
I didn't.
Those
There's a
are
possibility. Shit, I
Everybody
don't know.
knows.
So, no, the Queens of Comedy was Monique, Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, Tiffany Haddish did Queens of.
No, I'm fucking with you.
I was about to say, I thought you just blew up. Shit. Yeah, I niggas be on the grind for a long time just doing comedy.
Yo.
So look, so now she's saying
Fuck.
says she can't take that deal because she's the most decorated comedian alive. And so this is the conflict.
She's a legend, though.
That's fine. This is the
Do
conflict.
you agree with that?
In her own right, yeah.
No, I don't do that. She's a legend.
Okay.
Because once again, I don't know who hella people are.
That's
We
what
just
says
went
she's a
over.
legend.
I very much know who Monique is. You know what I'm
Does
saying?
that make her a legend because you know who she is?
Yeah, because a lot of times what ends up being is when casuals know exactly who you are, that's kind of the indicator of a legend. Like, or
Okay.
just a casual
Or is that
nigga.
the indicator of famous?
Yeah.
She's a legend.
Okay. Tell me what she did legendary.
She had her show,
The Parkers was
The
legendary.
Parkers, for black people.
Word. You black. You're a black person, so I'm asking you, was the Parkers legendary?
Don't do that, Trev.
Everything on UPN was trash. I'm gonna keep it stacked.
I mean, I guess not. I mean, but she's once again. What all I'm saying.
What was he on you on?
What shows was that? The Parenthood was on there, right?
The Parenthood. This nigga.
With Robert Townsend.
Robert Townsend's a
That
legend.
was a C.
Robert
That was
Townsend.
CW.
Oh, that was CW. Yeah, okay, that was gonna be
UPN
Mario.
Well, niggas like Moesha. I didn't like Moesha.
Moesha was hard.
I didn't like
I
Moesha.
didn't
What else
like
was on
Moesha
there?
either.
That shit was Ken. What else was
Moesha
on
was
there?
hard.
I don't-
I remember we watched Moesha together a lot. For you to be talking shit about it.
Pause.
It was on. We was kids.
Now.
I
Hey,
didn't
we
like
got
it.
pause. We brothers. We watch Moesha every day, every month.
Nah.
I think it was on. We watched
No,
Moesha every week.
If shit was on, niggas, it'll be on, but you don't have to like it like that.
But you watched.
We watched it
Look,
every week.
He's gonna watch it every
Shout out
week
to Moesha.
with a frown on his face.
Yeah, like, niggas ain't on, nigga, but
I ain't
niggas
watching
like,
every
oh,
week,
nigga,
man. I hate my favorite show.
It came on
So-
hard. Brandy killed that the way it came on.
That is cute, wasn't that? Oh, no, that was the Parkers.
Yeah.
So look, all right. So Monique.
That was a spinoff, right?
Yeah.
Parkers was trash.
Right. So not look. So she could be a legend. That's fine.
Yeah.
So, but this is the bigger point outside of all of the jokes, right? This is what's very problematic. She's saying two different things, right? This is why I say I want to fight for you. I want to be on your side because there is absolutely a gender bias. There's
Right.
absolutely a race bias.
Right.
So yes, black women are probably treated
The bottom of the totem pole.
in the entertainment field.
Right.
Now, I don't know, I can't speak for the Latin community. I'm just talking about black
Right.
and white.
Black and white.
So, yes, black women are treated the worst in that form.
Right.
Women are already treated terribly.
Right.
So, we want to fight for you.
Okay, so
Because-
what's your beef?
Our beef is, this is not you're asking us to boycott Netflix because you didn't like the deal they gave you.
Right.
So now you're speaking on it like black people need to come together because look how they're doing black people. After you just said they gave two other black people $40 million.
Right.
Yeah.
So now this ain't about black people. This is about you.
Just about
Yeah.
you.
And no.
Well, she could also say women. Black
Like
women.
she's our honor or some shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not boycotting. Are you out your goddamn mind?
Yeah, what this nigga's gonna do?
I don't know what Netflix would have to do
I'm watching.
Right, man, it would be
for me to. Listen, man, if Netflix disrespect my mama, I'm going to ask my mom, what'd you do?
It's still
They're nice people.
Yeah.
They can do anything.
You know what I mean?
It's not-
Mom, I mean, did you give us Orange is the New Black? Come on, Mom, did you make Stranger Things? Because they did.
Ozark is lit.
Ozark? Mom, you need to figure out what's wrong with
They
you.
need to
Sounds
put
like
Marley
you-
back on there though. I'm bad.
So-
You need to put Coach back on there.
Coach was so trash.
What? Say it again, bro.
Coach was trash.
Hey,
Unless
yeah.
you want to fall asleep. One of the guys from Coach just died. No, I'm serious. One of the guys from
We're not
Coach
gonna
just
Ben,
died.
we're not gonna Ben Scully that nigga. What's his name?
No, I'm beyond a shadow of a doubt in this. One of the coaches on Coach, not Coach, but one of the.
There was only two. There was the old ass nigga, and there was the coach.
Possibly the old man.
What was Coach's name?
One of the just died. Just saw it.
Facts.
Coach was trash. You
Yeah,
like that?
I didn't like Coach
Coach
either.
was so wrong.
You know what was hard is Becker.
Dick
Becker's
Van Dyke's
hard.
brother was on there. That nigga was fucking
Yeah, yeah.
shit, bro.
I never
He
seen it.
passed.
That's who passed.
Facts.
Never seen it.
We'll fact check this people.
So that's what's going on with
Shout out to
my
Ben
So
Scully.
as I'm trying to fight for look, women need to be treated better and all of that, I'm just listening to you complain to poor people about you getting offered $500,000 and that's supposed to be like, oh nah, you gonna give our sister more than that. And you know, this is the problem that Monique is dealing with. Because when you listen to her talk, I don't think she's wrong. But who are your allies? You have publicly dissed Netflix, Lionsgate, Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah.
Yeah. And that's what that to your point. That's funny. With Dame, they asked Dame about that shit. He was like, "Okay, well, start your own shit. You can't." He was like,
That's
"If you don't
always
like
the
the money you're getting, then start your own shit. Like you can't tell them how much money to spend in their house. Go build
That's
your own
always the
house."
answer. So look,
That's
even
how I feel about the Oscars and all that other shit.
the
Right.
Grammys, all of that. Like so, even see, we tying it all together.
Yeah.
So even
See, because it's a mentality though. That goes back all the way to like the Civil War. Like blacks wanting to be included. Like blacks wanting to feel like, all right, we're gonna go fight in the war on the South and the North because we want to be included in what's going on. And then it happened in the wars, all that. So we've always had this conflict of
Except
we want to be accepted. World War I, World War II, Civil War, all of that.
You know,
For the same exact reason.
one of the problems is there's a white, what you call it, a superiority complex, where they feel superior.
And are we buying into it?
We've always bought into
Yeah.
it. So they teach us that they're superior. So we keep trying to get to them. So that's where the conflict is.
Yeah.
So we allow them to play us because we like, nah, come on, man, just let us
Right.
in. While all they do is take all our cool
And
shit.
that's what's crazy too. And the reason why that's always been kind of weird to me is because one thing that we've done since that time Trevor's talking about is make the best out of the worst shit. Like if you right now, if you watch a cooking show, all you try to do is make soul food now. Every white chef on Food Network got a green dress.
Fucking up macaroni and cheese. You see when that bitch put the Brussels sprouts and carrots in the macaroni
all
and
that
cheese?
kind of shit.
Carrots and macaroni and cheese.
Like-
You seen that shit?
No.
That bitch start pouring all kind of you seen that?
I didn't. That sounds horrible.
You ain't seen the
It was Brussels sprouts in it.
Brussels sprouts, carrots, privilege. It was all kinds of shit that do not belong to macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
But not.
It's so like.
I'm such a
so-
professional. I'm about to go to the bathroom. Y'all
So-
talk amongst yourselves.
So we took, the worst of everything and made it into something. Whether it be that,
This nigga taking
that's what happened with. That's what we did with hip hop. Like, okay, we're gonna put us in these situations and we're gonna make
Right.
song and dance and culture out of all this bullshit. So, trying to be accepted by a community that been shitting on us, trying to keep us down systematically, purposely for hundreds of years makes no sense. Because we've shown how much amazing shit that we can do with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that goes back to talking about bringing it back to the Grammy shit. Is we have our own institution when it comes to that. We have NAACP Image Awards and stuff like that,
Right.
where we are all of us, black tie event,
Right.
Lux, highest quality, appreciation for our culture. Like we have to get back to that. We can't sit there and cry about AMA awards and Billboard awards and all this kind of shit. We have, and the thing is too, we used to embrace it.
Right.
Like back in the 70s when Soul Train and shit came out, like our parents would probably tell you, like go back and talk to them, like, yo, we used to go back and watch this, and like, okay, boom, this is the only time we get to see the Jackson 5, the only time we get to see Marvin Gaye, or get to see the OJs, like, and then we held tight to it, we were protective over it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and over the years, as things have evolved, like, we've lost that a little bit, and we need to get that shit back, because the tools is there, man, we just need to appreciate it and take advantage of it.
And it literally takes just the biggest artist to decide to do it.
Right.
And on top of that, what'll happen is if we say we'll go do our own shit, on top of what will happen is then they'll start being like, okay, if y'all come back over to us,
Yeah.
then we're gonna do all these things for you to make it comfortable for you, and then you can start leveraging yourself some. So
Right.
that's what it's about. Like
You
we
know,
gotta
so I
start.
see Lana Del Rey and all these motherfuckers gonna try to start creeping into our shows.
That shit would be like even when something's trying to be funny during the Grammys and all that shit, they have to use black slang. They have to use black terms.
Yeah.
You know, like if we just removed ourselves, like there's that movie like when all the Mexicans moved themselves out the state of California for a day and how the shit would function if that was to happen.
Yeah.
The grass was this high.
It's the same type of shit. It's the same thought process.
Yeah.
This is something that's, to be fair, too. And a lot of it is we don't have no black wealth.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're trying to obtain white acceptance, or maybe we're just trying to get wealthy. And that's the only way to do it.
Right.
Now, because we don't have black wealth, we looking at where's the money
But
at.
do you think, like, that's what I'm saying, though, but again, so this is the thing. So networks will decide certain shit based on what celebrity will be on the show, right? As far as what the budget they'll do, the commercials they'll put on, all the different things are based on who's going to be on the show, who's performing, shit like that. So marketing dollars will follow the stars. That's how I feel. Like, so say a show is going to have Beyonce here. Beyonce has a new single out. She's debuting that shit on the Soul Train Awards. Beyonce's performing. And we know everybody's going to be there. Don't you think those marketing dollars will gravitate towards that way? So we can still get that wealth by going to our shit. That's
Right.
it's like LeBron going to Cleveland. Like people say, you have to be in a big market. No, Nike and ESPN, everybody else will just go to fucking Cleveland. Like where it's cold and we're in the Rust Belt.
That's true. But this is what I'm saying. Where are the marketing dollars coming from? these wealthy white people.
Right, but I think because at the end of the day though, one thing though is universal is that green though. So if the biggest stars still generate that green, they'll go. They don't they have no problem us singing and dancing for them if we want to take it that route. So they'll still go. We'll get it.
No, but I'm only maybe when y'all was in Bethany, y'all like talking about something else. Are y'all talking about just black people doing more of the black events?
Yeah, because
we're talking about Dame saying make your own. I was saying, well, we have our own. We got to use it.
Right. Like there's things in place that we just abandoned.
We used to have.
Right, and then we would have to know. I mean, I would have to know more about who runs these things.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't need to know more about who runs the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? No. Regardless of what's going on, I'm sure they call Diddy every year. You know what I'm saying?
When I say about who runs it, I'm more talking about for us to say it's ours. I don't know if the people who run it, if we feel like they're us. I don't know that behind the scenes stuff.
Maybe.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll probably doubt it.
Do Jersey go to like the BET Awards?
That's what I'm saying.
Not no years ago.
I think the last time they went was that time Beyonce performs. She performed Freedom. That wasn't the last album. She did that with Kendrick.
If the right people
and she did. That's the thing too. Is what I'm saying. That's the power. It's about wanting to do it. Beyonce is the biggest star on the planet. When she performed Freedom on the BET Awards, she flew to London right after that.
Right after
she did that just to fuck with our shit.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like it can be if Beyonce can do it, Drake, Kendrick, Migos, all you niggas can. If Beyonce can do it, y'all niggas can do it.
It only takes a few people to move the meter on how important these awards, and then when you win that award, you act like that shit's more important than you was that Grammy. Put that shit above your Grammy. Man, my crowning achievement is when I won, the BET.
Yeah,
Album of the year.
Yeah, I mean that because they would have to start saying that, but I just don't know if that change. That's the tricky part. I don't know if that changes the money. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like nobody says like you need to book them. Man, they won 7 BET awards. It's they hold the Grammys up there. That's what makes it tough.
But once again, the bigger artists can change that narrative.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Like
the bigger artists
are looking forward too, right? Justin Timberlake, you never see him. You never see Adele. They can't keep that shit up. They're never around anyway. Yeah. Adele, nobody sees Adele's face until it's Grammy night.
You know the trouble behind all these things.
Social media, all that. We don't even see these people. We keep the shit clicking. Like so, if
we ask you because it's kind of like the same thing with Kaepernick and the kneeling thing. Like, we're asking people to make sacrifices for the others, for the future. Right. And that's a big thing to ask people. Like, so if an NFL player who's the 30th man on the roster is going to take a knee and possibly get cut, right? But you're taking that L, but you're doing it for the net, and that's a tough thing to accept.
But the difference is we're talking about the big guys, and the big guys talk that shit. So if y'all talk it, then got to do it. They're not Kaepernick. They're Brady.
That's
I'm saying so
exact opposite of what Monique is asking.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, she's saying, look, this is for me. You know what I mean? The alternative would be like, nah, this is for the future. Like, this is for that. Right. It's a very weird thing. But yeah, man, white people are evil.
So you won a Grammy.
I'm just playing white people.
Have you ever thought about? Because I forgot her name. Something Kara. She won Best New Artist last night, and she was talking about how throughout when she was growing up, she gave fake Grammy acceptance speeches, and she finally won one. Do you got one? Have you ever thought about any of that?
I got one, and I'm not even an artist, so you got a couple.
I do, but not. It's more of who I would shout out.
Right.
You feel me? More than what I would say. You feel me? I definitely shout out Old Navy.
This is Burlington Coat Factory, top of the line, pal.
Nah, it was just more of an artist that I would shout out, man. I learned that from Kara. I already felt that way, but watching KRS-One talk really was like, that nigga got a point, bro. He like, when you grab a mic, bro, before you get on talking about I'm main fan, I'm the best, this and that, shout out Run DMC, shout out Grandmaster Caz, all of them. You know what I'm saying?
But even more than that though, one reason why you are dope as fuck is because everybody knows Grandmaster Caz and Run DMC are forefathers. You have a great way of mixing all that, but be like you'll love Killer Priest. To me, those are the guys that really, we're talking about Nice and Smooth before the show, or, you know, even like the Filmo, like the Fig, everybody like that. Like, so when you mix all that together, that's when you get a monster like you. So to me, like, that's the shit that's more important, niggas. I mean, everybody says we know LL Cool J is, and he should get that, he's LL.
Yeah.
But it is like I'm sure like Lance got like certain comments like, we know Chris Rock, but
Monique is really things inspire me.
Yeah.
Like the most decorated comedian alive.
It's terrible.
When I was like, I mean, when I was doing beats, like I love Kanye and shit, but Easy LP is in there. I'm like, damn, this nigga Easy LP is raw as fuck.
Yeah.
Like niggas like that. So I feel like those are the guys that, or Trevor who, like, niggas love like
Corliss Williams.
Yeah, but niggas love Corliss. Like them is the niggas that really niggas like we would say like niggas who's hurt as fuck, like make this hurt nigga. But that's really who inspires you. Like everybody likes Michael Jordan, nigga, but I can still do guys. So I think that's what makes you like super dope is you have that element.
And like what inspired the trap in the 90s? Obviously outside of the 90s being an era that you like enjoyed, we were youth at that time. So like what was the main inspiration behind it?
Well, we was used. This nigga was the principal.
What inspired it was just, man, you just wanted to rap. Like, really, them rhymes could have went over any instrumentals. It didn't have to be over 90s beats. The 90s shit was just a way for me to say, hey, don't look forward to no hooks or no catchy melodies. I'm just finna rap.
Yeah.
That was just a little whatever name to put behind it. But that's really what it was, man. I just started thinking about stuff like, damn, like, if I never make it in music, I don't want people to be like, he couldn't rap, so he didn't make it.
Right.
So you have to say something else. Like, that nigga was crazy. I don't know what happened, but that nigga was crazy. You feel me? I wanted to be that, man.
And was there like in a certain mode during that time, these certain artists you were listening to constantly during that time?
Yep. Definitely listening to Nice and Smooth,
Not me.
Ice-T, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, all of the people that sound like Usual Suspects, but we've really never heard these dudes song for song. We just heard Know the Ledge and Microphone Fiend or something from Rakim, but I'm talking song for song. I was really listening to Rakim, you know, Smooth the Hustler, a lot of Shaheem. I wanted to flip a Shaheem record, but it didn't work out. But yeah, just the dope shit, man. The dope shit.
Yeah.
Method Man when he was dirty.
Oh yeah.
Meth with one eye.
Not the actor.
Nah,
Not the sex symbol.
Nah, this nigga took a shower now. He different. The other meth, man.
Yeah.
Musty man.
Now you can hear it. You can hear all that. You can hear all that in there.
That's why people were saying like, damn, you really sound like it's in the 90s. I'm like, bro, because it came natural. Like, I was just listening to that anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you was pulling that bold rhyme scheme pattern.
Yeah.
More of the 90s shit. Yeah, and you can hear it. You can hear it definitely.
Like my favorite song on the mixtape called Miss Me. Like, I damn near sound like Heavy D on that one, bro. Like,
Heavy D was hard.
Heavy D was hard,
Heavy D was
bro.
hard.
That's another dude I was listening to. Not too much of him, though, because he was take, but I definitely heard a few, though. Rest in peace, Heavy D, but he was snatched. But I heard a few of his joints, but he was hard.
Yeah, so you just pull from all the different artists during that time.
And the fact of the matter is, I tell this to everybody that I know that rap. That's my age, I'll say. I don't care how much more professional you got on the mic. I don't care what you accomplished. You may have got a platinum plaque. You're not better than the young you that didn't care about a record sale or no money.
Right. Yeah.
So I went back to that on this mixtape. I don't care about nothing. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? In my head, I was just writing and was like, I'm 15 again.
Yeah, I'm coming home from school. I'm writing raps in third period because I ain't listening to
But that shit,
just
like Lance used to be like, before like we met you, Lance would be like, yo, this nigga's crazy. And Lance would put you on speakerphone.
On the house phone.
Yeah.
And nigga, Lance used to get, what's the line you said? Something about the Alonzo Mourning throwback. I'll turn it into something.
You know that OG line.
Vanessa Alonzo Mourning.
How hard is it as artists, like this for both of y'all, like to find your voice? Like, cause we're so, cause even me now, we always joke about like, there was a time in hoop, I just tried to play like Chris Webber for hella long. Like where I tried to release my shot, that ugly ass Chris Webber shot, I tried to release like cause I just wanted everything Chris Webber. I wanted to be like Dennis Rodman at one point. There was times I would never take a shot cause I wanted to be like John Stockton. Like, at what point do you like find yourself and be like, okay, I could just take little pieces of that artist and I'm not gonna just essentially copy an artist, but take those pieces from him.
I'm still trying to get over you wanting to be like Chris Webber, a white man.
I mean, you act like you wasn't there.
And a nigga in a wedding dress.
He was right there.
The three people were so random.
He was right there for all three.
We was Earl Sprewell too when we was
Nigga wanted to be like Dennis Rodman and not hustle. I'm
want
so
to-
confused. I want to walk down the court like Dennis Rodman.
I wanted to choke a coach like Sprewell.
You know what I'm saying? Kick a cameraman.
Yeah.
That finding your voice shit it's a lot. And that's really everything. And
Right.
it's what's funny about like art is you realize don't nobody even care what you're talking about. They want to hear you.
Right.
But artists don't realize it probably take. Cat Williams was saying he think it takes 7 years for an artist, like 7 years of really going hard to find your voice and then to like realize, oh, they just want to hear me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like even I know even like just regular stuff, like just regular internet stuff. Like I'll be like about to make a video about nothing. Just let me rant about something, or Russell Westbrook had a funny shirt on. Let me just talk about it. And then I'll see 3 of my comedy homies with a video on it. I'm like, oh, well, never mind, it's done. But it's like, no, the people who follow you want to see your take on it. Like that. But you be thinking it's like, I got to make the funniest one. And it's like, that's not really what it is. It's like, your people want to hear you. Right. And, I mean, that's just what it is. So I still be trying to find my voice. Because I'll look back at stuff. I was always trying to be conscious to not sound like nobody. But some things just happen that
And
way.
even that becomes you attempting to be something different. Because you're trying so hard to not sound like this person or that person.
What was you saying?
Also, go
ahead. When you try to be a real artist, it makes you be honest.
Nice.
Like, there's an honesty in entertainment when you get past all of the lies of entertainment. If that makes sense. Like, when you get past the character, you have to be honest with yourself. I know the dope rappers that like everybody, like me and my boy was talking about this. When you ask comics, the same 10 comics come up. Just like when you ask about rappers, the same 10 rappers come up. Mm-hmm. Because it's like we all universally acknowledge what great is when it comes to these arts. Right. We all appreciate the honesty and the transparency of certain things, while also appreciating just the art, just being able to do some stuff, think about some stuff I couldn't think about. So it's like if we all acknowledge the same things, why are we not all doing that?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like we all acknowledge, like every comic you talk to.
The other thing also too is the greats make certain things that we acknowledge look easier than it is to do.
Yeah, and they do that, and then it's also like it'd be a lot of little stuff, man. It'd be like a lot of having the right people around you. Yeah. Michael Jackson is extremely talented, but having Quincy Jones right there means something. Like that's not nothing small. Like you know what I mean?
And see, that's the thing too. Who'd you say had that quote about the 7 years?
Cat Williams.
And I think that's one thing that's missing in the music now, because I feel like we're at like the A&R and the artist development part of music is pretty much gone now. It takes a lot of artists a long time to find their voice. We're talking about that, find your own thing, and it's crazy because now like people say that the music suffers, but I think that's a huge part of developing artists. You
get signed on views now.
Yeah.
Like you have to have an audience. Yeah. I'm sure Mainey know all about that. You gotta have an audience, and then they sign.
I mean, comedy is working the same way.
Right.
You go into a meeting, and it's becoming like there's 2 headline comedy clubs. They're pulling up your numbers. Like, okay, you gonna have to get your Twitter followers up if you want a headline here. And it's like, why? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about great comedians. Like, I'm not talking about look, man, in comedy you get better the older you get. That's one difference between comedy and like what people perceive.
Yeah, it's not a young man's
It happens like that with music too, but people just don't perceive it that way. But you get better the older you get. with comedy. Your perspective gets
Right.
changes and all of that, and you just
Right.
think better and all that kind of. If you can keep your mind.
And I
together.
think your audience with comedy, unlike for instance like hip hop or something, your audience matures with you, and it's not one of those things where it's like, where's the new young person?
Comedy is just an older thing. Like couples go out to comedy, and don't nobody really go to comedy shows like where the hoes at, unless it's a super big like Kevin Hart come to town and it's at the theater or the arena.
And even then, still there's hella.
It's still gonna be a million couples. You know what I mean? It don't really be like that at the little Uzi Vert show.
Yeah, you don't go to a 2 Chainz concert for a date.
Yeah. Me and Trevor went on a date to the T.I. show.
Facts. That T.I. show was dope too.
It was. Well, nah, he ain't say nothing.
So no, and then that's
he was saying what'd you ask?
No, so like how long did it take him to find his voice?
Fucking forever. I had to get to where I'm at now with my art.
Santana.
To get where I'm at now with my shit, man, I had to go out and sound like everybody.
Yeah.
Before I find it took me getting my own studio though. When I just started coming up with ad libs that just stuck, you know what I'm saying? So it just took me.
And I still don't think you done, cause I just think in music, a producer is so important, and when you know I can give you feedback, but I don't do music. You know what I mean? So it's like all I can be like is I like that or I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like that's really all. I can't be like, yo, like I don't have. Did y'all watch No ID on?
I haven't seen it yet.
I did.
Okay, No ID was talking about. It's like one of the dopest quotes I've ever heard somebody say. He said, when you get in the studio with him, he say, look, I just need to know what we're doing. I don't care what we do. I need to know. Are we making a Picasso? Or are we making a stop sign?
Yeah, we're just doing the shit. Yeah.
Like I say, I mean, they're both art. They're both. You paint them both.
Yeah.
Picasso, people might not get this immediately. It might take years for people to understand what you was on. A stop sign is on every corner around the world. Like you know what a stop sign is. A stop sign is gonna work. It's a stop sign.
Yeah.
Stop sign is always gonna be necessary, but it's a stop sign. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody coming back like, man, that was a crazy stop sign. It's a stop sign.
Yeah.
What are we making? And once I know that, now we can go. One of the problems with entertainment is people are making stop signs because that's where the money is at.
Right.
You don't get a chance to find your voice.
You don't get a chance.
You don't get a chance to find
dropped.
your voice.
That shit gotta work.
Even man, I know entertainers who are like doing good, but they're not good. And the reason they're not good is because they just they like something happened popular for them, and now they just pushed in this platform. So it's like they're not good. Especially I think I think rap music in general is the most underrated art as far as
ability.
Because everybody does it,
Right.
then people think everybody can do it.
Right.
And that's not what it is. I mean, we've had the conversation about like ghostwriting.
Yeah,
and I be it's not that big a deal to me.
Yeah.
Because music and art.
Right.
Because I watch.
And certain people can deliver things differently than others.
Yeah, I watched us praise Beyonce for songs she didn't write. I watch us praise Michael Jackson and Usher and whoever for songs they didn't write. And then I watched a rapper and he didn't write that, that's trash. And it's like, then why don't you go listen to the rapper who you feel like wrote it? Why don't you want to hear that?
Right.
I mean, if that's the case.
I mean, I think, like, we were just talking about a distinct case of that is I was listening to Chance's rap as his album, coloring book. And it's cool, it's not, I mean, it's a good album. But you can tell Kanye's album was very influenced by that shit. The Life of Pablo.
You could tell Chance wrote a lot.
Yeah, Chance wrote a lot, the creative process, the gospel thing going on, the whole shit. Even conceptually, more than just writing. But Kanye should sound way better.
Yeah.
Kanye should sound way better. And he was able to deliver that better, in my opinion, right? Somebody else might, like, say the total other way.
Look, man, like, somebody like Kanye West is a brilliant entertainer. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. It's weird stuff, man, like.
Well, No ID was talking about that too. Doing the Hot 97 shit, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about Quincy Jones.
A lot.
About that. And he was like, he been studying Quincy, and he was like, Quincy wasn't tapping pads.
Yeah.
But he didn't come up with none of the bass lines. He didn't come up with the bass line for Beat It or nothing like that. But that Quincy.
Yeah, it's like Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
For hip hop, at this point, you know what I'm saying?
You know, like.
And Quincy played trumpet and stuff. He played with drum bass.
Right. So he's classically trained. So that kind of brings up another question. Like, if there was like producer, you know, or a sound of artists like, man, I think I would sound great if I got under that tutelage. Is there anybody like in particular or a camp in particular that you be like, man, I sound great?
It depends on how I'm feeling, because I'm like hella dope at hella shit.
Yeah.
And that's also a problem.
It could be exactly that's the gift. That's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Because then like the stop sign can't really happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The stop sign can't really happen because you all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You got to wait for the Picasso every time.
And also too with the stop sign thing too, you can alienate people who know how ill you are. They like, nigga, you're better than this.
Yeah.
So that's
Man, he was saying, like, I was so happy that sexual healing wasn't on what's going on.
Yeah.
If you think about that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because Jay-Z was saying Jay-Z wanted to, like, put a hit on 444. He's like, nah, bro, like, that's not what we doing.
So,
I remember I was listening to him talk, like, a while ago. He was talking about Vince Staples. And he had the song that Vince Staples had a big song on his, not the Big Fish, but the one before that.
Yeah.
And
Summer 06.
yeah,
There's no ID.
Summertime 16. Is that what it's called?
I thought it was 06.
06, yeah, whatever. With one of them. It was a dope album though.
Yeah.
But he was like, he was telling Vince, like, yo, if you want this to be a hit, you're going to have to change that melody. And Vince Staples said, I don't want no hit. He was like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
Like, this is perfect. I don't really care for hits anyway. You know what I mean?
And it's like, you know, if you're trying to catch one, this is what needs to happen.
all you got to do
you
is
can make your decision based on that.
change the melody.
Right.
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
I was listening to like Neil Brennan talk about Chris Rock, because Chris Rock is back touring.
Yeah, he's actually closing it out.
Yeah.
He's like in London tonight or something.
Yeah, because he got $20 million from Netflix. And he was like, because Chris Rock keeps writers around him. And Neil Brennan, I don't know if y'all know who Neil Brennan is.
I know the man.
He is co-creator of the Chappelle Show. And he said, Neil Brennan was like, I probably wrote 2 tags for Chris Rock.
What's tags?
Tags is like, if I got a joke, and you see me do it, and you say, hey, that's funny.
You can build on it.
Add this on. He said, I mean, I'm sure he wrote more. He's like, I think Chris is using 2 of the tags I gave him. But he was like, he said, Chris Rock likes just having comics and writers around, like, well, writers are comics.
Yeah.
He's just like having writers around him. He said it makes him feel comfortable, like rappers need chains. Like, that's how he uses comics. And it's like, I was saying that for a reason.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. But no, that's what I'm saying. As far as producing goes, a lot of comics don't even know what's funny.
Right.
Like in real life, I don't be
Yeah, no,
what's
that's
funny.
and that's
like,
not true because that's crazy. That's a gift to be able to have to know what do you mean, like, as far as what is going to be funny to the masses.
Yeah, I just say stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like say something like, I'll just say stuff and people start laughing. So I'll say, I should probably write that down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is just a regular thing that I would say, and then people laugh. So then you say, okay, I should write that down. You know what I mean? That's really what a producer is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a rapper will say something or say something a certain way and not even know that he said that.
Yeah.
And a producer here like, nigga, do that again? Nigga, do what again? You know what I mean? And then it'd be like,
Yeah.
nah, that
was something.
That was something. You don't even pay attention to that. You don't even know that. That's what I mean by having like a bunch of people around, or not even a bunch of people, just people who specialize in certain things. Like, I wish I had somebody around me who just specialized in marketing and business and just knew, quickly knew, like, we need to capitalize on this.
Yeah.
Like, keep doing this. That's the thing. You keep pushing that. And then somebody else who was just like, whatever. You have
Whatever
2 or 3
you're doing,
people around that.
whatever you're doing, like whether you're coaching, you're a politician, whatever, like your team around you is always one, because you have to find people that pick up where you. And also too, it's about not having time. Like if you're on stage and perform, you're on the road, you're in interviews, doing photo shoots, you don't have time to focus on certain shit.
There's certain stuff you gotta let go and say, I gotta trust somebody to take care of this for me.
Because I was thirsty.
Because you took the label off like the professionals do.
He always take that.
I'm just used to it now because I be at like shows, and when you at the show or something, it just be a bunch, or anywhere now, bottle water, it just be a bunch of bottled water sitting around.
With no label?
No, I take my label off. That's so I know it's mine. I don't want to grab this water. This nigga be eating rabbit soup. I don't want that in my mouth, so I take the label off. I know what I've been eating. Broccoli. When did people start openly eating ass? Is my question.
I think when that whole eating booty like grocery shit came out.
Nah, it was way before that.
No, but
niggas just saying they did it?
Kevin Gates really got it popping.
See, I never heard
Kevin Gates. Rap. No, me neither. I'm talking about just one of his weird fucking interviews with no facial hair that nigga said some shit about.
And I remember 50 Cent brought it up before, back in the day.
That shit was so funny. That shit was stupid.
Drink champs?
Nah, this was a minute ago.
I know what he talking about. That shit was stupid.
Oh, this was a minute ago.
Because it's almost like,
go ahead.
Wayne,
it's like cheat, like, because I can't compete with that.
You try?
No, I don't try. Like, if you tell me like my man used to eat my ass and all that, I'm like, dang, I better be really funny. Because that's not where I'm going. I don't.
Buy some shoes.
It's crazy. I think that's one of those things that show that everything can become cool now.
Because it's really,
alright.
No,
but if we keep it in a buck though, it's certain chicks though, it's certain chicks you ain't finna give a fuck about.
That's all. That's all.
I'm gonna keep.
Man, with that dog, when the lights is on, niggas say a bunch of shit.
And you know the other thing
that dope clothes and them lights on, nigga, it's Mainey. Like, nigga, what you mean?
That's all I was about to say.
That's how you identify the niggas we eating ass.
I'll say this. Niggas saying with certain man.
You know what this is? You know what this is? I mean, I'm not a snitch, but if they gonna give me 25 years, I got a family. What you gonna do?
Man, some of the bitches niggas be double tapping.
Now you know the other caveat.
The other caveat
to it is,
I don't want to hear what you not gonna do.
The other caveat to it is these niggas said it's lit. These niggas don't drink. That's another caveat. That's a huge one.
No,
niggas don't drink.
He in the boat.
All right, I mean niggas sober. That's all right too. But niggas don't drink. If you don't drink, it can get ill.
Say this, bro. I'm gonna keep it.
You processing the whole shit.
I'm gonna keep it rock solid. Keep it solid. Unlike that shit in her ass. You gonna keep it solid.
I'm gonna keep it solid. It's just what you said, bro. Certain chicks don't even begin to tell me what you like. Not saying that you would eat her ass, but I just don't want to hear
you don't want me to say
do. I don't want to hear what you're not for, period. You don't want to niggas be talking, I don't kiss bitches in the mouth. Man, shut up, my nigga.
Bernice Burgos.
Whoever that is, her name sound exotic.
Well, that's crazy that she's a grandma. That's crazy.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Niggas have seen Bernice on
Is that the one that T.I. had the thing with? Or whatever they was talking about?
She a grandma?
She's 38 and they got a grandma. She had a daughter, dumbass young.
Oh, was she on Breakfast Club or something?
Yeah, Bernice is on Breakfast Club. Yeah, Bernice crazy. That's what I'm saying, Bernice. I ain't about to hear what niggas about to say. They not about to do.
Niggas would tell you they wouldn't kiss her.
Yeah, man, fuck out of here.
Hold hands with this bitch.
Pause your life, my nigga. Pause your whole life, my nigga.
Word.
Jay saw a couple weeks hiding behind the wall like these niggas is crazy.
Speaking of that, real quick, like quick game 4 real quick. So Kim Kardashian just kind of like
you see why I take the label off my water. You know what I'm saying?
I said that first. So Kim Kardashian just posted on the gram, you know, what Kim does.
I just saw her timeline the last few weeks from that. I should have been following her a while ago.
Yeah, so she did that. So quick game 4. Like who's like the like? It could be chicks on the gram, whoever. Like who's your top 4?
Man, I don't know about top 4, but I don't even like chicks who super tatted up like that. But I was telling my wife yesterday, Duchess of Ink.
That's Black Ink.
Duchess is bad, bro. Have you seen her?
I don't know.
Duchess is tight. I never watched the show, but Maybe we watch it next season. Duchess is bad.
Dutch tight, but
I heard she had like surgeries and shit though. But
she had titties done. But I mean that was on the show. So she got too many tats for me though.
I know it's weird. That's not normally my thing, but she tight. Duchess is tight. Man, Lala would be looking crazy.
Yeah.
Lala would be on that looking. Melo need to get back right. I don't know what that nigga tripping on. Melo, wow. Yeah, that's off the top of my head. Them is the only two I got.
Duchess and Lala?
Yeah, Duchess and Lala. That's a good two. It's a good two though. I'm strong with that.
Alright.
And that's crazy time. Normally like women darker. But that's cool. That's cool. I mean they're dark, but I normally like tall, dark skinned chicks.
Okay.
So shout out to the tall, dark skinned.
That's the asses that get eaten.
Okay.
What you got? What you got, man?
I ain't trying to.
I don't even be.
Ain't trying to pander to black women. I normally like tall, dark, African Nubian.
That's just real. That's fact.
I've got nothing.
Oh, you're Bob.
Yeah, I'm Bob.
Lance?
I really just like my girlfriend. I ain't never been into like celebrity chicks.
I mean, it's not even really been into celebrity chicks.
He's got 132 followers, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying. So you want me to say, you want me to pull up and say, this girl on this
Yeah, what am I on your phone right now? Before you locked it.
I mean, but there's celebrities that niggas think is tight though.
Right. So who, like, I could think about, like, I used to love, like, when I was younger.
Niggas say shit like Kelly Kapowski or
He's on
something.
the LL Cool J shit.
No, I'm saying when I was younger.
Layla Ali is the most beautiful woman on the planet to me, personally.
Really?
And
She's too physical.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I take that back. After what this young nigga said,
Hey, she's beautiful though. She is beautiful.
not even in a nasty way.
No,
some chicks I would look at like, man, I do this and do that. With Layla, I just want to have you.
You want to spar?
I don't even want to I just want to have her.
Spar and speak about stories of her father.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
if I met Layla, I would just be asking.
I really be thinking about like when I was young. Like,
you're 30 now. Well, tell us about now.
But now, everybody. Like, I find beauty in every woman now. I'm a pervert.
He was talking about me giving the PC answer.
No, I was about
to tell you people forever.
I was about to tell you.
Said everybody's beautiful.
No,
God is love.
I find beauty in everyone.
Okay, let's talk about Monica Precious.
No, I was about to tell you.
Let's do it then. That's what we're doing.
You didn't see that drag? So what I was saying was, at this age, it would be hard for me to pick 4 women. I can tell you 4 women when I was a child that I used to masturbate to. Like, that's what I can give
Keep
you.
my fucking label on my water.
I can't be like, right now, the 4 back. Like, I see that every day. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell you when I was younger, like, nigga, Pam from Martin.
Pam from Martin, that's okay. I mean, she's like regular attractive.
B2B is lit.
I used to like regular. I used to like. She's black.
Regular is dope though.
That's dark skin, Trev.
No, she's attractive, but that's not like.
I'm telling you, Pam from
That's what I think
Martin.
of Pam. I always think about what Martin said the fucking statue.
Man, it was Pam.
I've never.
Nigga,
Pam looks way better than Gina.
Facts.
Pam. Robin Givens.
Yeah, Robin Gibbons when she was on Fresh Prince.
She was a piece of shit.
Yeah, she was wrong.
But she was ruining lives. She was tight.
Vivica, before she started looking all crazy.
Before the massacre. Before What's my motherfucking toy song? What's that song called?
Toy Soldier.
So him and him got the same? Oh yeah, that's funny. Go ahead.
Oh, so what I said, Vivica, Robin Givens, Pam, and cause it was always chicks with big titties when I was young.
Pam Grier.
Oh, yeah.
Pam
Oh
Grier,
my goodness,
yeah,
nigga. Pam Grier was one.
He's still ready for Pam Grier.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can stay with Pam Grier. Right now? Change your diaper.
She live on a ranch.
I'm like Drew Water. Ride some horses and shit.
That's a great day.
Ride some horses with Pam.
Good Lord.
Me,
Nas.
Taylor Rooks.
Sear. You overrate Taylor Rooks. She's beautiful though. You overrate her. You overrate.
You was ready for Carrie Hilson. I'm gonna keep
I
this
gotta finish my list.
Maya Moore.
Who's that?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's a basketball player.
I'm messing with you. We gotta go. Go ahead.
Taylor.
Go ahead.
Taylor
Ruin your
Rooks,
marriage. Go ahead.
Claudette Ortiz.
That's a good one.
Carrie Hilson. And she's not super famous. Renee Daniela, I think I say her name.
What does she do?
Be on Instagram.
He just gave her a Renee at
No, but she
_.
doing like you look at like women's hair magazines. She be in there. She got like the big curly shit. So she like famous like on Brittany Watkins. She's like that too.
You won't give him 5.
Yeah.
You got your Trev top.
Yeah, because you only got 2, so the math's off.
See what, another girl? Oh no, we had not. So, oh, we gotta get up. Did you want to spit before we leave? Was that gonna happen?
Is it?
We ready?
Yeah. We about to go, Jay. We about to. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Manny finna give us some bars, then we out. You want me to make a beat?
Check it. Yo. I said, when I grab the mic, it's no one batter. With vocabulary stored in my brain data.
What?
I conjure up ill lines one at a time with enough oxygen to kick an infinite rhyme. Now, wave your hands from side to side. The crown fits one, so we bound to collide and explode on contact. You kick nonsense, making every verse catastrophic's the object. I'm out for respect, so whatever I gotta do to get it, just spit it off the rip and demolish you. And I promise you, won't survive the heat that I bring, gasoline for saliva. Brain so sharp, thoughts rip through Kevlar. Chopped at the knees, run, but you won't get far. You ain't that hard, you tissue. So many bars, you need money on your books when I'm done with you. We can be in your hood, I'ma confront you. We can take it to the Bay Bridge if you want to. It wouldn't be a pretty scene, Mainey will lump you. A flurry of punchlines, feel like I jumped you. You start to panic, there's nowhere to run to. You bow before me, but this ain't kung fu. The master of rap, keep it action-packed and not snatch the crown or come snatch it back. But you won't do that because you ain't built for it. Get rid of that wick-wack, it's time for a real poet. To get to work, I spit, the verse is perfect. I lift my pen, you piss your pants, you're nervous. Close your curtains. If you get murked when my rhyme dispersed in, it served its purpose. You claim you hardcore, but I see a circus beneath the surface, and my speech a service. Any MC with the guard of rhyme after, the warlord of rap and savage rhyme master. I kick the raw facts clear as a plasma. What a feeling to have the recipe for disaster, appetite for destruction. Grab the mic at a function, keep lighting them up with lyrics right out the oven. I'm coming with substance, it's godly rap. I let a lightning rod strike and sap your ball cap. It's lyrical combat, spiritual warfare. The world is still spinning when you kicked off here. The M, the A, the I, the N, the E, the Y, the V, the E, the N, the T. I'm taking out all competitors. That step, foot on the stage, I maintain my rep. I tell the richest rapper the place is bet. Bring the money to the hood and erase the debt. I got styles crazy fresh like Mason Beth. I'll take your breath, you staring at the face of death. Name your best, I'll size them up, then line them up. They tried to bust but couldn't rhyme enough. Yeah. Hey, check that out though. Look, on SoundCloud, man, trapped in the 90s, man. Mainey Venture, what time it is. At Planet Mainey.
You know what it is.
You know what it is.
You know what time it is.
I ain't even have to spit that because you already knew that.
What was you doing when Smack called you though? That's what's important.
Smack called me.
Game 4. Thank y'all, man. See y'all next week.